Hello guys, and welcome to a new series on my channel, NHL 14 BAG mode commentary. And as you may have noticed, my favorite team is New Jersey Devils, and obviously that's the one we're going to be playing today. Let me go back and quickly show you my settings. GM firing off. I'm keeping trade difficulty on medium for now. If I find I'm making way too many easy trades, I will edit that myself. Anyway, you're now listening to Summer Days by Pablo, Castro, Fardella. And what you're actually noticing is that it's coming on the bottom of the screen, EA Tracks. That's because I actually put all this music that's going to be in the description with all the links on my PS3. So that's awesome. Anyway, yep, those are all the stuff. So in order to get the Devils under cap, I just sent Bryce Salvador to the minors. Nice and simple. Let me go ahead and give myself a name, because we can't have a guy just named General Manager. That would be stupid. This is actually a little bit loud. Let me lower my volume. I forgot how loud this gets when you're wearing headphones. Justin, and yeah, I might as well go with my last name. There we are. And let's go. Now, there are plenty of moves that I want to make, and I should probably explain to you how this GM mode is going to work. Since I am playing on the PS3 version, I will not be commentating during the simulations. What I'll do is I'll open up the calendar at the start of the month, tell you my plans for the month, and then pause my recording and finish my recording and start my recording back up again, either at the end of the month when interesting waiver or trade offer comes through, or when we go on a 4-game losing streak or longer. And as you can see, I already have my own personal GM mode and a test GM mode up, so I have an idea of what I want to be doing. So GM, I don't know how to do this. There it is. GM devs. There we are. Now, this first one is obviously because I just misspelled devs. Oh well. But this first one is because Devils are my favorite team, and any other GM mode, you can just put it in the comments on every video, and I'll try to figure out which one's the most popular one. I only have 39 subscribers right now, so it's not exactly a good base, but might as well start. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of trades, and this team can and will go to the playoffs. It's something I've done before. So just go ahead and show you the rosters really fast. And another reason I don't like the PS3 version is the menus lag a lot. Anyway, as you can see, for centers, we have 2 second-line centers, but a 4th-line center and a minor league center. So I want to get a good 3rd-line center, and preferably a 4th-line center so I can trade Josephson, since he's got good trade value and he never gets higher than 80 overall. I'd like to be able to put Giannis in the minors. And then Elias Klo, I want to get rid of his contract. Carter and Tenenby. Tenenby I keep around for a year and then trade. And I did some editing to my rosters, which I'll show you in a bit, but I do think they're fair. Rutu and Yager I don't mind keeping. Ryder, I know I can get something similar for a lower price. Brunner I don't mind keeping. Zupris I want to trade away. Bernier I don't mind keeping. Volchenkov I want to trade. Zidlicki I want to trade. Harold and Salvador I do want to keep for a playoff push, but I want to bring up Larson right there. And then goalies, there we are. I do eventually want to trade Brodeur, which as a Devils fan is sacrilege, but it makes sense from a GM mode since he's not going to retire at the end of this year, and he's going to want a new contract of 5+ mil, which I'm not going to give him. And on top of that, Schneider plus any other general backup goalie in the league is a good idea. So you can see what the Devils really need to do right here is cut some cap room whilst also building for the future and building for the present, which I can do. But first, let me go ahead and show you the changes I made to the Devils roster. They're not that many, although you may be able to see one of them right now. Let me go to centers. I did do anything with the centers, minor league or otherwise. Left wings, minor league, I upped Boucher's stats to reflect the way he played in Albany and the way he played in the majors, and I gave him 4.5 red star potential instead of, I think it was 2.5 yellow star, because it's by no means certain that he's going to become superstar, but he's got the tools to become a superstar, so that's why I feel justified in that. What else here? Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing. And on defense, I gave, I just made these guys green star potential and edited their stats to reflect their playing styles. Jonas offense, Merrill defense. So, yep. That is actually Anthony Rodeur's natural potential. I just upped his stats a little bit to reflect the good year he's having in the QMGHL for Gatineau, I think. I think that's his team, Gatineau. And I gave Kincaid 4 red star potential, since he's got the potential to be a starter, but he's likely not going to be any more than a backup. Now, no GM is going to have good cap space right now because all the rosters are set the way they are, so simulate a day, they'll move players around and gain themselves some cap room, which will allow me to make the trades much more easily. Now, basically, I want to try to get some first round and second round picks since this year's draft is a very deep one. My favorite player in the draft I can get at 18, and I've had him grow into a first-line right winger within the 3 years of drafting. Now, I've done this a couple times, and there is one thing that I definitely know I can do with Ottawa. Unfortunately, it's probably going to make Ottawa dislike me, but it's something that I was able to do, and I'm going to do again. First of all, I want Zach Smith. He's a third-line checking forward who's only 25, so he's got a year to up his stats a little bit. As you can see, he's very good defensively and physically, and he's not a bad shot with bad puck skills. He's a good skater, and his discipline is pretty damn good for the third line rather, so he's definitely someone I want to pick up. And who is the other one? Where is he? Not McGarth. Colin Greening. Is this the right guy? Nope. Brought me to McCulloch, who I do not want. I want Colin Greening. He's a perfect third-line left winger. As you can see, he's got 4 stars everywhere except puck skills and senses, and that's just because of his poise. He's actually got good discipline, and puck skills is 83 across the board, and pretty much he's better and younger and less expensive than Dyna Zubris, which is the reason I'm making this trade. Now, in order to make this trade go through, I send Volchenkov... No, not Fane. I send Volchenkov back. They don't want to give up either of these guys, but Volchenkov alone for Smith would work, and then Greening, I would have to... where is he? There are, Zubris. Now, they can't accept this trade because it's actually too much cap, I think. No. Why can't they accept this trade? Too many players in the organization? Why can't you accept it? You have to limit the salary to be can't comply by the... Oh, okay. They won't be able to accept this trade because of the fact that they'll, That's weird, because the last time that this didn't happen, I was able to just straight up do this, this for this. This worked last time. Which means I need to take some cap off their hands. Let's see. Let me come back to this, since I do have to take cap off of their hands. I need to clear up some cap space myself, so... Now, there is another trade that I do want to do, and it's with Detroit. Where are you, Detroit? There we are. I want... Where is he? Come on, where are you? There he is, Gustav Nyquist. Left wing, 24 years old, 84 overall. He's got red star potential, meaning he probably won't get any better. As you can see, he's got a good shot and he's got great puck skills. He's a perfect second line left wing. For this trade to go through, I need to give up something of almost equal value, and that would be Eliash. Eliash, they have very similar overalls. Why won't this trade go through as is? Oh, they would be over cap, so I have to retain some of Eliash's... That still won't work? Let's see, who else can I get for them? I don't think I can get anyone else. What's weird is last time I did this GM mode, that trade was perfect. Okay, I'm getting confused here. I'm trying to do the same exact trades that I did before. I had to give Josephson to them. I am in the wrong... Yeah, I had to give them Josephson, so who else did I get? I got... These are defensemen. I wish it would stay sorted. That's one other huge thing I have, is I don't like the way it does not stay sorted. I also got this guy who eventually turned into a serviceable, he turned into a very serviceable, third-line center. Still not going through, eh? There we are. Now this, as it is, won't go through. I have to offer them something extra, which is Josephson, and that won't go through. Why? Alright. I don't know why this says it won't go through. God damn it! That's the exact trade from last time. Klo and Josephson for Nyquist, Ferrero, and a first-round pick. And I'm using the same exact rosters as last year, too. Alright, I traded Zidlicki away for basically nothing, so I gotta find a team that wants him, team that can afford him, Washington. Unfortunately, their first-round pick is valuable, so I don't want to give them that. Toronto, valuable first-round pick. Is everyone's first-round pick valuable right now? Flyers isn't. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, I don't mind trading him out of the division, so... out of the conference, rather, so... Who did I trade him to last time? Was it San Jose? That won't go through. God damn it. They've got too many skaters in their organization. Let's just do that. Good row. Okay, apparently that doesn't do well enough because Zidlicki's value isn't equal to the value of these two guys, but what I can do is I can overload it with picks, which is what I always do. I like to get rid of my late round draft picks, my 7ths, my 6ths, and my 5ths. Alright, so they will do this deal if I take away some of Zid's contract, and there it is. So I got a second round pick and a prospect, who I usually release. Getting rid of draft picks I will never use, and a defenseman who I never plan on using, so that's perfect. And as you can see, that gives me cap space to actually move around a little bit, so... Now, who else did I say I wanted to get rid of? I wanted to get rid of Ryder. This video will be a little bit long, and for that I apologize. Alright, so I want to try to get a left wing. Now I'm going to go through the trading block first. And go to my trading block first of all. And first of all, just get rid of all this. If you want a faster simulation, just completely wipe your trading block, because no one will offer you anything. There we are. There we are. And now what do I want? I want a forward with a third line checking forward, don't care about his age, who has at least 4 stars in physical, defense, and senses. The rest of them I could care less. So, let's go ahead and apply and search. And these are the ones that meet the criteria in trade value order. So, Peverly usually does well, but as I said, I really do want Zach Smith and Colin Greening. Now, I don't know what I have to do to get this trade to go through because of their cap situation. Zach Smith and Colin Greening, because they fit my needs perfectly. I can give them Klo. There we are. That right there. And then at center, I don't care. Right wing, yeah, Ryder. That won't go through because it'll cost them too much, so... Zubris. That'll still cost them too much. Alright, so... These are the 2 guys I want. I normally save Kujawinski for the trade deadline, but here I can... They don't have a first round pick this year, do they? No, they do not. Let me see if I can't do something else, because I can get a first round pick for Kujawinski, and he was a second round pick, so... These are the... I can give them Bernier. Bernier for Greening wouldn't go through, but Klo for Smith wouldn't go through either. Just do it like this? Yeah, they don't like this deal at all, so I need to give them some more. These are the skaters matching their block, and I wouldn't mind giving up someone else. Ryan Carter? Too many players in their organization. They like Ryan Carter, so they'd rather have Carter than Bernier, so I can get rid of these guys. So right now, this still won't go through. So let me see if they'd be willing to take a defenseman. I do want to give them Volchenko, but they're not going to be able to afford him. Let's see here. I can give them Brunner. Usually I have Brunner as my third-line scoring forward for the next 4 or 5 years. And that's too many skaters again. Just give me any random left wing. Oh, too much cap, right? Can't retain any more contract than that. Yeah, so I have to give them someone with less than 2 mil on their... let's see. I might have to give up a prospect for this. Let's see what we have at center. Pelliet, Sestito, Timmins, Black, and Kujawinski. Tenenby, Whitney, Boucher, Hoffel, Matteau, Boychuk, Thompson, Johnson. They do want Jansen, though. Again, alright. Oh, it's because they... Alright, you know what? Let me just try this one at a time. Clover Smith. Nope. Give up Wedgwood. Wedgwood eventually becomes a serviceable backup. That would give them too many goalies in their organization. But then I could take this off their hands. Wedgwood, that should go through. But let me just try to squeeze their second out of them. Nope. They don't want to absorb closed contracts, so I can take some of his contract off. Still not interested in the deal, huh? There we are. I had to retain 0.7 mil of his cap charge, but I got a second round pick and one of the players I wanted. Unfortunately, now these guys really hate me because I was trying to fleece them. That doesn't mean I'm not going to try to get Colin Greening out of them, because he's something that I really think helps my team. Alright, and now you can see if and when I do get Colin Greening, it'll be Eliash, eventually Nyquist, Greening, and Carter. And then on right wing, I'd have Ruutu, Yager, someone else, and then Brunner or Zubris. I'd like to offload Zubris' contract, but this trade as it is might just need some sweetener. Alright, so let's just load this, with 7th, 6th, and 5th picks. Let's see if that'll do it. Because I want to get rid of the picks anyway. There we are. There we are. Alright, so I got 3 of the guys that I wanted. And clearing up some cap room in the process. So, I now have a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th line center. I can go into free agency and get myself not a better, but like a full-time 4th line center while I trade Josephson. And then I have these guys. Gaudreau, you can go away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I do want to try to get Nyquist, so that way I will have Nyquist, Eliash, Greening, Carter. Then Ruutu, Yager, replacement, Zubris, and then Bernier can go away. I do want to get rid of Volchenkov, though. So it would be Green, Larson, Fane, Merrill, Harold, and Jelinos. I can get a defenseman in free agency, which is what I want to try to do. That's why I'm trying to clear up some cap space. So this episode will be a little long. It is the first video. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to find a trade for Nyquist that'll work, and then I'll get back to you. I just got to make sure that they're able to accept it before I do it, so that way you guys get to waste a little less time. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, I'm back, and I'm trying to see if I can't do, Zubris for Ferrero won't go through by itself. However, Josephson has so much more trade value than Nyquist that I'm hoping he balances it out and gets me 2 first-round draft picks. Nope, not quite good enough. Okay, let me see if I can give them anything else, because I want to try to get 2 first-rounders out of it. These are the guys matching their trade block, and I wouldn't mind up giving up Fane, but that would give them too many skaters. Watch. There you go. Now, I could try to give them, since I'm trying to get the next 2 years of first-round picks, I can give them a first-round pick down the road, like this one, and then load it up with other picks. Because all the way back in 2019, I'm definitely going to have an extra first-round pick from trading away someone. So, let's see if this goes through. Basically, Zubris for Nyquist, Josephson for Ferrero, Josephson's value balancing them out, a first-round pick, a 7th and a 6th for their 2 first-rounders. Alright, it seems like if I'm willing to absorb the contract, I can't do any more contract absorption. So I can't do this. I would have to give up. Let's try a second round pick in 18. Nope, still not worth it, eh? Alright, let's try adding a fourth round pick there. I can't absorb any more contracts, apparently, because that would put me over cap. Alright, let's try this. A first round pick in 5 years, a second round pick in 5 years, and a second round pick in 4 years. Still no. Alright, well then give me the first and second round this year and a second round next year. Still no. Alright, what about a third round next year? Alright, I'm willing to do this. I'm banking on my future being better than theirs. Basically, giving them a first round pick 5 and 4 years from now for this year's first and second. Still no. What the fuck is wrong with these people? They like all of these deals, though, which is why the reputation has stayed good. Alright, well then let's give them just a 5th rounder. Still no. I can't get any more contract. Maybe if I find someone they're giving away that costs a decent chunk. No. Let's see who on their team has a high salary and low trading value. That would be Steven Weiss. That would ruin one of my plans, but I think it would help, considering he has very low trade value. Still no. Alright, what about a first round pick this year and a second round pick next year? Come on! I'm taking a massive contract off your hands. I'm the one eating contract here. Luckily, though, all these trades... You know what? I can probably just do this, and I could probably just use this to spam. As you can see, I'm building a GM reputation with them. As you can see, my GM rep with them is now good. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna try to figure out a way to make this deal work, and then I'll get back to you. God damn, I've never had to work this hard for a trade in my life. Alright, I think I found a way to make this deal work. I'm offering up Bernier instead of Zubris, and basically the deal's exactly the same. They said the trade value was just a bit too low for them, so... No, the value is too far off. Sweeten it just a touch, so let's make this a 4th rounder instead of a 7th rounder. There we go, God. You know, Detroit, you're lucky I like you. And we managed to build a good GM reputation there. So now I have 2 first-round picks, Detroit and my own. As well as my 2nd round and San Jose's 2nd round. But I'm not done. I do want to try to find a home for Volchenkov, because I do need to dump some more salary. So I need to find a team that wants him and that can afford him. See, if I get a player back, LA can take him. Montreal can take him. I wouldn't want to wish him to go there. He'd have to learn French-Canadian. I'm not sending him to the Rangers, no way. Ottawa can no longer afford him. Pittsburgh, I'm not making them any better. Toronto, thinking about it. Washington, maybe, but they don't have a first-round pick. What else do we got? No one? Well, let's see if I can do this with LA while getting a player back. They don't want to give up any defensemen. Wouldn't mind Alec Martinez. Nice, stable defenseman. 2-way defenseman, good skater. Not bad defensively, could still get a little bit better. He's a good bottom pairing defenseman. And not to mention Volchenkov's value is much higher than his. And their first round pick isn't very valuable either, and they're willing to give up their 2nd rounder too. And I'd be willing to take both, because as I said before, I want picks for this year, because it's a very deep draft. You can get very good potential players in the mid-2nd round, so... Let's see if this will work. If I can do Volchenkov and 5th, 6th, 7th, and 7th for a 2nd, a 1st, and Alec Martinez. Yep, got it. Not only does that dump even more salary, but it gets me a defenseman back. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I still have 2 for the playoff push. But I'm going to sign Ian White, who's in the free agency pool. He's going to cost me like $6 million. And then on right wing, we have Ruutu, Yager, Ryder, Zubris. I do want to try to trade Ryder for someone. And then Eliash, Nyquist, Greening, Carter. And then Zajac, Henrique, Smith, and Ferrero. But I do want to try... There's a free agent center that's not bad for the fourth line, so... I do still want to... Who do I still want to trade? Ryder. That's it. I do want to try to get some simulating done, so this is going to be a long video. Now, I got to find someone who wants Ryder and who can afford his services. The thing is, I want to try to get a right wing that's similar to him. And he's going to be on my third line, so he needs to be a checking forward. As you can see, there's not that many. And on the right wing, there's Rene Bourque, Chris Neal, Joel Ward, and Troy Brower. Bourque's pretty good all around and good skater. Chris Neal's got shit for discipline, no way. Joel Ward. Never really liked him, but he's a good third line pounder. He'd make the team stronger. No, I am not opposed to getting Joel Ward. Might be a little tough to nab Joel Ward, considering they don't want to give him up. But if we go ahead and put him in there, Riders for the next 2 years, Joel Ward also for the next 2 years, so he costs less. How old is Ryder again? He's a year younger. And their trade values are about the same. I know I could do this just straight up. Just a bit low? Okay. Again, trying to get as many picks as possible. So again, let me load it up with old picks. Although I'm almost out of old picks to load up with because I want to try to keep the fourth, simply because they're not bad trade value-wise. So you see, this year, for 3 firsts, 3 seconds, and a third. Sweeten it just a touch. Okay. Let's put a fourth in there. Alright, that's not a bad deal. Just basically swap my wingers for someone more defenseman and get a second round pick out of it. I am not at all opposed to that. Okie dokie. Alright, going over the rosters one more time. We have first, second, third, free agent's going to be a fourth. First, second, third, fourth. First, second, third, fourth. Pairing 1, pairing 2, and pairing 3. And then you can go in the minors. And then Salvador and Harold and keep in the minors for playoffs. Injuries are going to be off because it takes so long to do a game when there's injuries on. But I will turn them back on for the playoffs. As you can see, there's a lot of prospects here. And then goalies, I'm going to do something with Brodeur eventually. Just go best lines for now. And finally, now that I've got some cap room, I can go into free agency and get the 2 players that I want. Oh, this is the second time this song has been on, by the way. Ian White. He only wants a 1-year deal, that's fine. I am overpaying for him, so Calgary doesn't steal him from me yet again. I'm giving him 1 year at $6 million. And the reason I'm getting Ian White is because he's a very viable defenseman. As you can see, he's got at least 4 stars in everything. 4.5 shot, skate, and sense, so that's perfect for me. He could play power play, play penalty kill, 4-on-4, you name it. Now, I said I also wanted a... There we are. Now, the choices are Colton Gillies or Jared Smithson. Jared Smithson's a bit better, he just can't pass for the life of him. This guy's not quite as good, but he's younger. But I'm gonna go with the older guy. And he wants a 2-way contract, I can give him that. I'll overpay for a 1-year 2-way contract. And then I want a backup goalie, and the best one available, Rick DiPietro. I will overpay for you, because you're gonna be here, you're gonna be backing up games around trade deadline time. Alright, let's go ahead and simulate ahead. Oh, I've already made Pro GM. And my GM reputation is 12, so good. All those trades didn't make my GM rep go all the way down. And I can get my, awesome. That's reasonable. I can get my scout up to 2, my medical staff up to 2, and my pro scout up 1. That is very reasonable. Oh yeah, I forgot. I also have to set my, always forget this in the beginning of GM mode comms. I need to set my, scouting. because they don't tell you that you need to scout. I always slip my mind about it. But in this year, the draft is generally very simple. There's generally one decent goalie prospect and a bunch of good forward and defensive prospects. Edmonds is usually good. Paparini's probably usually good. Larkinen's usually decent. Nedlugovic is usually good. Bilag, Whedon, okay. Where is he? Schmeider isn't that bad. Where is he? SM Liga. There we are. Smura is usually 4 green star for me, but I'm probably not going to be able to get him. He eventually becomes a good good goalie, but it takes a while. Anyway, Reinhardt's usually the first overall pick, and Smira is usually the second, so I have a general idea of which players are good, but my scout's really not that good right now. In my opinion, the biggest steal in the entire draft, gotta find him, is in Elite Scandinavia. William Nylander, always, for me, has been a 4.5 yellow star, and always has gotten up to first line forward. It just depends on the amount of time it takes. Anyway, we're still waiting on those guys to sign. Well, apparently Larson's already racking up penalties. Larson usually racks up penalties for me. Come on, guys, sign. Won't take that long. Let's go. I want to get at least a month of simulating done. Smithson said yes, DiPietro said yes, and Ian White said yes. So we go to roster moves to get all that done. I will set my lines at the start of the season. Oh man, apparently I did not turn injuries back off. Well, let's just get DiPietro on the team. And make sure centers. Swap Ferrero for Smithson. There we are. And defenseman. Ian White, get up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gelanaso won in the minors. There we are. Just go best lines for now, and now I gotta remember to turn off injuries. This one episode of the GMO.com will probably be around 40 minutes. Depending on how long it takes me to get through the damn menus. Jesus. It's taking forever. Oh, apparently I forgot to close the X story because there's an FPS counter on my video preview on my PC. Oh, jeez. Luckily, DxTory's not actually recording what's on my screen right now, although that's an idea. Even though everything on there is recorded on delay, but I thought I turned injuries off generally in the menus before I started this GM mode, but oh well. Anyway, this the reason why I don't mind these videos being longer is this is a 3-day-a-week series, so they may take a while to record, they may take a while to edit and render out, but there's only going to be 3 of them a week, so... See, with Minecraft, it's a little easier. I could sit down to a 1-hour recording session, split it into 3 15-minute videos, slap on an outro at the end of each one, which I have not done yet, and then just throw them out there. Pokemon is easy enough. Actually, Pokemon takes by far the most time, because I need to use the X story, I need to put them all in the project, I need to crop them all to the right spot, then I need to hit track motion so the videos are in the right sections. I have to do all that over my over the base. And then after all that, I need to make sure if any new members are on my team, I get the old ones out, put the new ones in. Track motion, the new ones in. If I run into a legendary, I gotta change the image in the top right corner of the screen, and then I edit out every single trainer battle that's not important or difficult, and then every single wild battle that's not, you know. And all that editing takes about like an hour. Anyway, I turned off GM firing because of the fact that I like to stay with one throughout no matter how badly I do. And that's good because I purposely tanked last year for Connor McDavid. Okay, so time to start it. Now, I just went best lines. Usually Nyquist and Henry put up so many points that I wound up playing them on the top line, but I'm going to leave the top line the way it is for now. Because you got a playmaker setting up a sniper with the two-way forward, a playmaker setting up a sniper with a two-way forward, tough, gritty, defensively responsible third and fourth lines. And the third line, Colin Greening and Joel Ward, aren't bad offensively, so you can get at least some depth goal scoring here, but not too much. And then my first defensive pairing would be Green and White. Nice veteran pairing, and then I want Fane on the third line with Alec Martinez, nice defensively responsible third line. And then Merrill and Larson able to be defensively responsible and put up some goals. Now I want Yager, actually, Ruutu usually winds up being a beast on the penalty kill, on the power play rather. Now, the only reason I really wanted to play Jelenos this year is because he's amazing on the power play, but usually my power plays don't do too well anyway, so put Yager down here, and then Ruutu up here. Elias usually does not perform well for me on the power play. Anyway, this I'm very happy with. Zajac, Henrique, Smith, and Ruutu, since Smith, I did not tell you this when I got him, but he's got face-offs of 82, so he's pretty damn good on the face-off. Alright, 4-on-4 lines. I'll just keep all these the way they are. Extra attacker, goalie, okay, shootout, don't care. Now in Albany, make sure this is set to best lines first. Now I want Boucher on the first line, because that way he'll get the best chance to get better. I want Matteau on the third line, because that's his best chance to get better. Now who's scratched? Kelly Zajac, I'm fine with that. Riley Wojcik, okay with that. Goodrow, I'm okay with that. Herbanka and Scarlett, I'm okay with those. Okay, I want Jelenos and Salvador, Urbam, Harold, Burl. That's perfect. And then goalie, that's perfect. Alright, now I just want to take one last look at the free agent, see if there are any potential players I may have skimmed over. But as of right now, it looks like it's time to simulate for a full month, so I'm going to go ahead and head to the calendar just to give you a quick preview of what it's going to be like when I simulate ahead a month. I have so much fun doing these GM modes that I will occasionally completely forget about it. About the fact that I only want to do one at a time, so... There's Zajac. Where is he? Andy Green. Patrick Elias. Damn it! I forgot the third one is the one that goes away. There we are. I want Zajac as my captain. Alright, and who's 42? Is that Greening? Joel Ward. No, 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 Joel Ward. You must conform to not Pete DeBoers. You must conform to New Jersey Devils' tradition of not having a single number over 35, ever. Except for Yager, because he's a Hall of Famer, and you can't exactly tell him not to wear the number he's worn his entire career. Ah, jeez. I love these songs. If you like any of these songs, just take a look in the description. All of the links will be there. The only ones that aren't are some of the instrumental tracks, because they're from a website that's not SoundCloud, and I couldn't find individual tracks for them, so... Anyway, I'm not going to make any changes. I will stop the simulation if at any point there's a trade offer or a waiver offer that's relatively good, so I will see you guys at the start of November. Alright, and here comes the end of the month. We went 8-4 that month, going 5 out of our last 6, with a 3-game winning streak at the end. See, we didn't start off too good. 6-2 loss, but then an 8-2 win, 2-1, 3-1 win, 3-2 loss, 4-2 loss, 4-0 win, 4-1 win, 4-0 loss. So, as you can tell, we're not having issues scoring, but it looks like we may have issues stopping the puck from going in. Now, since I don't talk over my simulations, at the end of every month, I will be doing in-depth roster analysis, like points per game and stuff like that. I'll be looking at the team standings. As you can see, whoa, Elias! Where's this kind of scoring when I did my test? Alright, take a look at the centers. Travis Zajac doing great on that first line, and Henrique doing great on that second line, and Zach Smith doing pretty damn good on that third line. Looks like the fourth line is the minus. Zajac and Henrique each with a power play goal. Yep, Colin Greening plus Nyquist with 7 points. That's not bad for the fourth line. 13 points for Elias. He's a point-a-game player right now. Carter with 4 assists on the fourth line. Not bad. Zubris, though. Really want to trade you away right now. You're a -5. Joel Ward's a +3, 6 points. Tomarutu, 12 points. And Yager with 9 points. Yager's got the most goals. Looks like that first line's a big-ass plus. Actually, Alec Martinez on my bottom defensive pairing is a -2. Mark Fain's an even, though, which means I might want to get Martinez off the penalty kill. Merrill's a +7 with 5 points. And then Larson, Green, and White all have 7 points, and are all big pluses. 2.32, I'd like to see that below 2.3. And that save percentage, I'd like to see above 92.5. Brodor's been doing really well, however, out of the 3 games he's played. Nice. I'm gonna look over my AHL stats once every 2 or 3 months. as you see, point percentage, we're 6th in the league in point percentage right now, and we're tied for 1st in the league for goals for with Dallas. Our goals against, we are at 9th, tied with the Rangers. 9th in power play, 18.2. How many power plays? We get the fewest amount of power plays in the league right now, or some of the fewest. Time shorthanded, we're one of the best disciplined teams in the league. 87.1% penalty kill. Could be a little bit better, so I'm going to make the gut call right now of taking Alec Martinez off the penalty kill. Since Fane is an even, I think Fane's on the penalty kill as well, though. No, yeah, Fane is on the penalty kill. Larson is not. Larson is. And Larson's a big-ass plus. So I'm thinking about putting Merrill on the penalty kill, since he's the better plus right now. Yeah, let's do that. Fane for Merrill right now. He's got the better plus, might as well give him the reward. Now on defense, since Fane and Martinez are both either equal or minuses, I'm going to leave them on the bottom pairing since there's really nothing I can do with them right now. And there's the only trace of a minus is Zubris' -5, which is why I really want to get rid of him. So yeah, tell me what you want for the next episode, guys. Do you want Zubris gone, or do you want me to wait on him a little more, see if his plus-minus improves? As for defense, do you want me to put Merrill in the minors, give him top-line time in the minors, and bring Salvador back up? Or is it better for him to get second pairing time with second-line power play penalty kill time in the majors? And generally, after the Olympic break / All-Star break, I'll check this regularly to see who's growing, who's not growing, but right now it's way too early to tell. So yeah, in the next episode, I will try to get past let's see how many months. Come on. 1, 2, 3. I'll try to get 4 months of simulating done next time. Try to get up to the trade deadline. And I'm not going to do the trade deadline because I need input about it, obviously. I need to figure out what you guys want me to go for. So yeah, that's the way this GM mode commentary has gone so far. I think it's gone well, if it has run a little long. Trust me, my test video was 52 minutes long, so I've cut it down by about 10 minutes. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, take care.